Hi, everyone. This is Mike with Choosing Love Today. Today is the last day of our Heroes Who Waited series as we are going through the book of Acts. This last hero should be known to the most everyone if you're familiar with the Bible. His name is Paul. But if someone only knows Paul from the letters in the New Testament, they might think he just showed up one day preaching and planting churches. But Paul's story didn't start in ministry. It started in opposition. Let me give you a little background. Before he was Paul, he was Saul, a rising star in the religious world. He was smart, driven, respected, and feared. He was the guy enforcing the rules, protecting tradition, and shutting down anything that threatened it. And when the early Christians started spreading the message of Jesus, Saul saw them as dangerous. So he went after them, and after them hard. Then one day on the road to Damascus, everything changed. He was struck by a blinding light. He heard a voice from heaven. He had a confrontation with Jesus himself. Saul goes from persecutor to believer in a single moment. But here's the part most people don't know. Paul didn't start preaching the next day. He didn't launch a ministry the next week. He didn't write scripture the next month. Paul had to wait for a little while. After his conversion, Paul spent years, not days, not weeks, but years in obscurity, learning, healing, rebuilding his understanding of God, letting Jesus reshape everything he thought he knew. He wasn't traveling, he wasn't teaching, he wasn't leading. He was waiting. Waiting while God dismantled his old beliefs, waiting while God built new ones, waiting while God prepared him for a calling bigger than he could ever imagine. And here's the truth that makes Paul the perfect finale for this series. Paul's waiting wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God wasn't delaying Paul's ministry. God was developing Paul's character. Because the man who would write half of the New Testament, the man who would plant churches across continents, the man who would suffer, endure, and shape Christianity itself needed time. Time to grow, time to understand grace, time to become the kind of man God could trust with the influence. What we learn from Paul is that waiting isn't something we go through, it's something God uses. Paul's waiting season made him wise. His waiting season made him humble. His waiting season made him strong enough to carry the weight of his calling. And that's the message for us today. Don't we all want to be wise? Don't all of us want the ability to carry the weight of the things we're called to do? And don't we want to handle our waiting seasons better? Some of the greatest things God will ever do in your life won't happen after your waiting season. They'll happen because of your waiting season. Paul reminds us God doesn't waste time. God doesn't waste pain. God doesn't waste preparation. If you're waiting right now for clarity, direction, healing, purpose, or just the next chapter, you're not stuck. You're being shaped, just like Paul. And when God finally says, now, you'll be ready in ways you couldn't have even been without the wait. Thanks for listening. Don't stop praying. Don't stop waiting. And definitely keep choosing love today.